So this is the bracket for today, starting with the Winnerbracket Semifinal here between FoCuS and 120. I hope FoCuS isn't too disappointed that he can't make his trip to Germany, because I guess he really wanted to, but then was defeated by Soin in an ORC mirror on Sunday. Decision Sunday, that was. But without further ado, we go into the game, and we have to thank a couple of people here because you're supporting already. Thank you very much, Ixillas, for 35 Canadian dollars. Love what you guys do for the scene. Thank you very much. Also, the Real Tinker. Shout out to France for the 34-month resub. So here we go. FoCuS bottom left-hand side. This is obviously a FoCuS Headhunter build, as you do against Undead and 120. Haven't seen him in a while. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not too sure what his tactics are currently. Matthew Davenport, thank you for the tier 1 sub and year already. That's amazing. He starts with Tet Fiends. That's already odd. Usually it's ghouls. Everybody's playing ghouls. Not 120. Always his very own idea of what the way is. Can play Tet Fiends into Lich, can play Tet Fiends into Dark Ranger, depending on how aggressive you want to be. But this will be quite a surprise, maybe even quite a pleasant surprise for FoCuS, that he doesn't have to deal with the ghouls early on. DK already at 50%. This is exactly what you want to do early on. Put pressure on his opponent. Neo solo casting, great, thank you. Yeah, Remo is still having an off day. Acolyte down. That's the Scout Acolyte, so no big deal here. Wolves resummoned, so everything seems fine. But this is a slower opening for 120. So he has to play defensive for 3 minutes? Around about 3 minutes until the tech is done. And then he has to decide if it's a Dark Ranger or if he wants to go for the Lich. And then he has to stay passive for a little longer. Tech, of course, incredibly fast for FoCuS. That is the norm, keeps the Headhunters behind. Not too sure if you have to do this if you're only facing DK Fiends. Yeah, skeletons and coils are always risky. Oh my god, he's blocked. No, he's not. Close affair. But there was a lot of damage done by 120. I wonder if by now X-Lord is maybe the better player than 120, but this will be proven today, I guess. And of course at Rara Land, where X-Lord did qualify. And he will participate on September 29 to October 2nd. So yeah, just distraction, Shadowhunter second, no TC with that, okay. Buying some time for the tier 3, maybe also an anti-fiend thing. But whatever you choose, as a second hero for Orc, you can power creep him. Will he resummon? Yes, he will resummon and then retreat. Wait for the second hero, wait for the tier 3, but put the Headhunter to use finally.
A player's forces are under attack.
Level 2 unlock for 120, that's the big thing. That's the most important thing. As it is, of course, movement speed for the slow fiends. Wow, that's a very outdated build usually for 120 here. Tet Fiends into Dark Ranger. This was played months ago. I'm not too sure. I think Orcs got too good playing against the Dark Ranger. If she can connect to Headhunters, she's great. But maybe that is the new plan for 120. Forcing this fight and keeping the Shadowhunter low. He had some time to think about new builds and new ideas and make it work. Damage is okay, especially with like 3 coils. But against Hex and against Wolves, that might turn into a problem here. FoCuS is gladly taking this exchange, interestingly. There's so much hero focus. I wonder if that's the right thing. Trying to prevent the coil didn't really work. Town Portal forced, and so if that was the idea of 120 to prevent Shadowhunter creeping, okay, he got that. Oh, the Fiend! That hurts! Town Portal gone, Fiend gone. That's a disastrous mid-game, and that's pretty much exactly what I said. The Dark Ranger play doesn't work anymore. But also, this would have worked a lot better against the TC. Maybe 1-0 did not expect that. But yeah, rebuilding a Fiend, that's expensive. And FoCuS just continues the aggression. No creeping at all. He knows his opponent has no Town Portal anymore. There's still a lot of mana on that Shadow Hunter. Oh, first Headhunter falling. There was a little oversight here. And maybe this is too much aggression. FoCuS smelling blood in the water. Wants to force more coils. Wants to delay the level 3. But now that the statue is out, I think it's time for retreat. But he covered his tier 3 perfectly. That Shadow Hunter so much mana. And tier 3 for 1-0 quite far behind. It will come down to the fights, of course, in the late game. But you need levels for that. Level 2 FoCuS acquired. That's Chain Lightning. Berserker upgrade coming for FoCuS. Everything's fine. Got even more than he wanted. Maybe levels are becoming a little issue. But same goes for 1-0. So who can creep faster? Both around the same speed, I'd say. Of course, without that, you can nuke a little more. Lionhorn, nice. But XP has to be shared by 3 now. Ah! FoCuS actually leaves. Heal Wave acquired as well. Kodo's coming. That's pretty much the norm. .0 desperately needs level 3. He's inches away. But that's about it. Dude, if the FoCuS would be able to steal this. No, he's waking up the red spot. That's early. With End Snare and Hex, of course, easily doable. And I guess 1-0 was on the way to this red spot as well. So it's a nice steal. Coil, not usable. Cloak of Flames for the TC. Hells yeah. This is a good one. Steals the Magi. Kind of fine. But can't prevent the red spot, and that's the most important thing. Dark Ranger not level 3. Lich not even out. FoCuS can be very, very happy with that. Coming back with a vengeance. After the gruesome loss on Sunday. Items for 1-0, no claws. That hurts a little, but you get a lot of skeletons. But where to go next? This steal by FoCuS turns out to be half brilliant. As you can creep the lab. Maybe... Okay, the shop is empty already. Oh yeah, that's good experience. 2-2-2. Not necessarily where you want to be. Lich is coming, and that is a dedicated push by 1-0. Without... Okay, destroy upgrade now, I was about to say. And there's no burrows here, but man. Heal Ward, Scroll of the Beast, Heal Potion. It's only the levels that are missing for FoCuS, but that can be changed with a couple of kills. Scroll of the Beast popped immediately. Raider taken out, that's always the first target, but look at this. Plus 11 on every single Berserker. How are you supposed to fight this? Heal Ward on the high ground, yeah, because why not? Heal Wave, nuke, TC. 13 HP and a save. And now FoCuS is slowly but steady getting the supply lead as 1-0 is running out of mana. There is a statue, but it's also ensnared. Oh man, throughout his career, I've always been praising 1-0's destroyer control. This was a little too far forward. We have one more coil, we have one more Nova. TC definitely gotta be careful, but he has a heal potion as well. Whoa, 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 whoa. No silences. Where are they? No mana anymore. And the cow again in trouble, but won't get slaughtered here. This push didn't work. FoCuS lost a bit, but now that the undead is completely out of mana and underleveled, and we're getting the level 3s, everything gets better and better. Tataric Acid, thank you for this 19-month resub. Love you all, guys. Important spot for FoCuS. TC is making sure that there's no creep jack. Lionhorn of Stormwind on his side as well. Using that time during the creep for the heal wave. And I think this is just pure fodder for FoCuS at this point. If he can save that hero, he has a potion, needs it, gets it, chain lightning, lines up another storm for the DK. Oh, he wanted to pass the potion, but didn't work. Yikes. 1-0, maybe with a little bit of a comeback here, now that the TC and the aura is gone. There was also another stomp ready, but what's this army really? 2 fiends in the lich. Can he get a nuke on this lich? Nice by 1-0 to block the way to the tavern, so no revive possible. TC benched for 50. And this one mistake can cost him the game. Ooh. Army spread all over. That Kono Beast with the coil might fall, but kinda want that for later. That coil for defensive purposes. 1-0 strongly fighting back, but the destroyer is once again gone, or to be gone. Wait a second, he holds this? Nice. And now Burrow comes into play, and FoCuS has no reveal. Oh my god, no way, 1-0. TC play a little too aggressive, and sometimes that's all it takes. As I have some performance issues here, not sure why. Fiends in the ground, still healing up, reuniting. Oh. Oi. And all of a sudden, 1-0 is in a leading position. 4-3-2. Love to see it. TC is back, though. Oh, FoCuS, this is a little too obvious. There's so much experience left on the right-hand side. And you can play that Coil Nova advantage. Backstep from the creeps. Little Hail Mary on that DK was a little far forward, trying to get this out. There's also no TP, mind you. He used that before, trying to counter nuke, trying to hex. There must be another end snare ready. Storm, chain lightning, come on! Invo potion passed, and with that he gets the save. The Kodo falls as well, Fiend is back, and that's FoCuS tapping out. Oh, that hurts. That was FoCuS's game for sure. If he plays it more careful. But in the end, 1-0. Saw that little flaw in FoCuS's play. And got it done. Just like that. I still think his early game was pretty bad. With Tet Fiends, with Dark Ranger, FoCuS could have punished this a lot more, probably. But he didn't. And then you get punished for one mistake. Very good fights by 1-0, though. He had the game? Yeah, I agree. I agree. 100 bits by Konkin. Excellent versus Starbuck, Hitman versus Insub, and now FoCuS versus 1-0. Is this heaven? I like the matchup a lot, Konkin. A lot. Seems like we're getting more observers in. Or not. Okay, server selected, map selected, Autumn Leaves it is. Always, when we have this matchup on Autumn Leaves. Will someone play Blade Master? FoCuS definitely has the ability to turn this around, especially if, like, 1-0 continues with this outdated build. Let's go on to map 2 then. This is 1-0, one step away from the winner bracket final. This is FoCuS trying to even things out. We continue on Autumn Leaves as we said, and now Is it a Blade Master or will FoCuS stick with the FoCuS? Everything correct? Yes. Maybe it was patched as well, thought they might delay it. Nope, no delay, no delay. Oh, look at this. We have a ghoul opener. Okay, so this is not 1-0 being stubborn and playing Ted Fiends. Ted Fiends is gone, right? Ted Fiends is completely gone after being the constant in the undead play for 10 years? I think 10 years straight. It's all ghouls. In every matchup. And I hate it. But I can totally see why ghouls are superior. Maybe he also thought that FoCuS would be going for a Blade Master. It was just a gamble that misfired. But yeah, this is the norm, this is the meta. This is what you can expect. Oh, Circuit has a start, but DK is blocked again. Similar to what happened on Last Refuge. And basically 3 hits and some delayed creeping. Oh, DK is still blocked. Yeah, FoCuS is doing this well. The wolves blocks and lightning attacks. This is kinda what I missed by Starbuck, who had a very different approach against X-Lord and constantly focused ghouls. Which is, I think, not the way to go. But maybe some smarter people in chat can educate me. You're very educated, Neo. You knew the French finest Asterix and Obelix. Dude, that was my childhood. I went to a lot of flea markets and tried to collect all the comics. And Kinder Surprise figurines. Dude, that DK is not feeling well. First defensive coil. Oh, and he gets the level 2. Important last hit for 1-0. Can FoCuS steal at least something? He got 60 HP, okay, so he's not leaving empty-handed. And once the FoCuS is gone, I think the DK can relatively easy salvage this with the dagger. And that's exactly what's happening here. Tech is done. Again, like a 2/3 advantage for Orc, as they don't really need any units in the beginning. If you have a FoCuS, what do you want with units? And now, it's 1-0's job trying to lure the FoCuS away. This ain't working so far. Shadowhunter again the hero of choice. I thought this is an outdated build. I thought it's all about the TC. But maybe it's a little bit preference. Maybe he wants to play aggressive again. But against ghouls, that's not nearly as effective as it is against fiends, or as it can be against fiends. And a bit of evasion creeping while defending with the ghouls at home. This looks all pretty solid. But the big problems will arrive in a bit when you're still trying to catch up in tech. So, next question for 1-0, Lich or Dark Ranger? As he was very, very fond of the Dark Ranger in game 1. We could be. As the ghouls are moving out as well, he's sharking around the tavern. Kinda like this positioning. That prevents FoCuS from creeping the entire middle. And he's going hunting. Dark Ranger it is. Dark Ranger ghouls. A rare build as everybody... Oh, is he blocking with the frog? Damn, 1-0. With the coil he can get that. Lets it go. But if he gets the Shadowhunter instead, that's pretty much perfect. Blocking with the rabbit now. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Coil and TP. Yep. Not even a TP. Wait. You're getting out without a TP? No way. Oh. Sick plays by 120. These critter blocks, amazing. And that's a big, big, big win. Dark Ranger wasn't able to connect to the Headhunters, but one of them was almost dead. Shadowhunter dead. Extra experience, first token Wyvern. Yeah, he needs that for creeping and some extra pressure. And the Hex plays don't work. The aggressive Shadowhunter plays don't work at all. And of course, as an undead, you can easily recover from this. Fiend transition, nicely. Not going heavy on frenzy ghouls or anything. Pooh, FoCuS, you need to play, otherwise you find yourself in a lower bracket. Where he would face the loser of a TED and Fortitude. Oh yeah, this is Trouble City. He only got a third of a level. That's absurd. Look at this. So how do you get out? Hero FoCuS. Isn't losing a TP worse than losing a level 1 hero? You can argue that, but I think giving extra experience in a matchup where levels matter a lot is more important. And of course, at the same time, losing time to creep yourself. This is a race towards level 3. And if you're benched, you don't win the race. And as we saw on map 1, 120 doesn't need a TP. Again, the plan for 120, get skeletons on the field, contest with them at the Lich later. Yeah, it's a little different from what we're used to seeing, right? Like usually Dark Ranger is hunting headhunters. That's not the case here. But rather build a big army of bones. Dark Ranger a little far forward. DK might be stomped. Speed scroll engagement. 2 creep spots active at the same time. Wonky. Coil Steel, but item should be going to FoCuS. Heal ward still available. And finally some more level 2s. A little bit of an overcommitment maybe.
A player's forces are under attack.
As the Lich wasn't part of this. Love that heal wave. Oh, not too sure who got it. I think the Dark Ranger got it. With the Lich being out of range. Yep, got the Boots of Kel'Thuzad already. TC, not again! Not again! That's the problem. Like, the TC is way too squishy if you add him as a third hero. And he has to be in the front. Unlike the Shadowhunter, you can keep in the back. Wyvern down thanks to Web. Ghoul Frenzy. Tearing FoCuS apart for now. If there's a new nuke soon, he could go for the TC, but no statue on the ground. That's an oversight. So FoCuS is holding his ground. Will rotate out of ghouls and... Oh, Storm, careful. Yeah, that's a very solid DK positioning. Far in the back, unavailable to hex him, unavailable to stomp him. Exactly as he should be. So far, not a fan of the Shadowhunter second again. At least the TC survived this time. Continues to level, but still 2-2-2. That's the biggest accomplishment, I think, for 1-2-0 in the entire game. Keep focus away from level 3 on all heroes.
A player's forces are under attack.
Now we're off to the consumables. As we are in War 3 Champions, we have the updated maps, which is a blessing. Because these updates happen for a reason. James Lewan, thank you for the 18-month resub. Thanks for the great casting. Thanks for the great support, buddy.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, TC has a lot of HP, but very little armor. Very little armor. So if you reduce little armor by the Orb of Corruption, then it's minus armor, then he gets bonus damage. And then the focus fire is just crazy. That's why you need higher levels. But now, finally, after 12 to 13 minutes, level 3 is acquired, and that is massive. So many skeletons, though. Ooh, excellent black arrow creeping. Grills, thank you for the 43-month resub. That's a big push. FoCuS has no reinforced defenses. Ooh, what an invite! He has to react. He has to react immediately. Destroyers have mana. How many burrows will fall here? Has to be an aggressive TP as well, right? Nah, not necessarily. But the DK was missing, so a little repositioning by 1-2-0 statue this time on the ground. 3 destroyers. But full mana. Can the TC be stopped? Chain lightning against the skeletons is nice. Where's the silence? Where's the silence? Not necessary yet. There's also almost nothing on the ground anymore, right? Come, handful of ghouls. FoCuS with damage control. Reinforced defense is finished now. That could have been way, 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 way worse. The bands! Thank you for the 3-month resub. Good morning, Neo. Good morning, the bands. Second red spot for FoCuS. Supply even. Levels pretty even-ish. But the Lich leads level 2 Nova, that's clear. Oh boy. FoCuS has no TP. And there's skeletons, and there's ghouls, and there's full mana undead. That was so risky to go for the red spot without a town portal here. That feels like a very, very, very unnecessary risk as well. Oh man, that was brutal. FoCuS stuck. 50 pop, that's probably his last fight he can take. Because he can't rebuild. Shadowhunter too far forward. Oh ho ho! Immediate nuke on the second hero. He's out of the fight. Also very, very low on mana. 1 destroyer falls. Lich finally 3, and he was all waiting for that for the massive Nova 2. Didn't even skill it before using it. That's a little mistake. But yeah, that's the problem now. 1-0 can rebuild easily with the 600 gold, and FoCuS can't. 2 more units falling despite the heal wave. Silent just a tad too late. But with 2 statues in the back. Health fountain and mana fountain basically. Coils are on point. He's dashing through these spells. Heal wave, stomp, he's giving it all. But also the shop is gone. With the shop here that would be a lot easier. But 1-2-0 with a clean 2-0. The fight's just better. Just like that. And that Shadowhunter build. I'm not a fan. And I won't become a fan. We see FoCuS again in the lower bracket. And 1-0 is now 1 match away from the playoffs once again. But yeah, I expected a little more Guys, I gotta be honest, I was hyped. FoCuS trying a new build, didn't succeed. Happens. Maybe he saves it for the later stages. And now we gotta determine 1-0's opponent. Who's it gonna be? Is it Fortitude, as we probably all expect? Or is TD causing an upset? That is the question. I throw you guys into a tiny little break, and then we're back with match number 2 in TP League Group D. Be right back.